Look at this beautiful Bubu Kaftan gown with this gorgeous high neck. In this tutorial, I will show you step by step, even as a total beginner, how I cut and sew this simple but stylish design. So let's get started. So we are working with 3 yards of sunray fabric. So now we are going to fold the fabric into two. After folding into two, I'm going to fold it again into four. So after folding it into four, the next thing we are going to do is to check what we have. So this is the fabric. Okay, so when I measured, I got 15 inches. So next we are going to take the length of the gown. So we are working with 60 inches. The fabric came by 64 inches length. I had to remove some of it. So now I'm taking the neck width of 3.5 and then the back neck depth 1 inch, connect it to the neck width of 3.5. We are going to take the neck depth for the front 3.5 as well. We are going to connect it to the neck width of 3.5 again. After connecting, I'm going to take the shoulder slant of 1.5. I'm going to connect that 1.5 to the neck width. So after connecting, at this point you can make use of your ruler if you have. So now I'm going to take the sleeve opening or the sleeve circumference of 9 inches, including the seam allowance. So at that point now, I'm going to take the bust measurement I'm working with. The bust measurement I'm working with is 40 divided by 4, which gives me 10 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, which gives me 11 inches. I'm making a curve around that area. Now I'm going to take the true waist measurement of 16 inches. On that line of 16 inches, I'm going to impute 11 inches, which is the same bust circumference divided by 4. So I will mark it down. Next, I'm going to connect it all the way in that curve area. So it is time for us to cut what we have. We are going to cut from the shoulder slant first of all. After cutting the shoulder slant, we are going to cut the neck width. Okay. So the neck width we are going to cut is the back neck depth first of all. Then after cutting that, we are going to cut from the down part. Okay. So after cutting from the sides, we are going to separate the front from that of the back to enable us cut the neckline for the front, because the neck depth for the front is deeper than that of the back. Remember, it's a turtleneck, right? So after cutting the sides, we are going to cut for the neck depth for the front after separating it. So now it is time for me to separate the front from that of the back. Okay, so take your time to cut this fabric. The fabric is a little bit soft to cut. So now I'm done cutting. I'm going to separate the front from that of the back. So you see what I'm doing, separate one panel for that of the front. So after separating it, I am going to arrange the fabric very well. Make sure the sleeve align and the neckline aligns. So now I'm going to drop the neckline for that of the front. After dropping the neckline, we are going to make an opening for the back to enable the client to wear the outfit. Okay, so now this is the back panel. I've folded it into two again. I'm going to take the depth that I need for the slit for the back. Okay, so now I'm taking that's the neck depth. Okay, so I measured 6 inches. So I'm going to use my scissors to slit through that 6 inches in a little V pattern. So after slitting through, we are done with all our cuttings. It is time for us to sew what we have. So after cutting, this is how the back panel looks like. Okay, you can see the slit opening. So now we are going to use our bias to sew the slit opening, not the neckline, the slit opening. You see how I'm placing the bias? So that's how we are going to use the bias to sew it and turn it to the back side. After doing that, the next thing is for us to place the front panel right side facing each other. We are going to align the shoulders very well, and then we are going to sew the shoulder. We are going to arrange this other part and sew the shoulder all the way down. So after sewing it, we'll bring it and show you. So the next part we are going to work on is the band that we are going to use. This is 7 inches by 64 inches. because the turtleneck we have there, we are going to tie it at the back. So we are going to fold it into two and sew it all the way down. Now we have two other leftover fabrics, 2.5 inches by 34 inches. So I wanted to use it for pleats for the sleeve, but I later used one of it, okay, to use for the rope for the waistline. So I'm done sewing the slit opening. This is how it is looking. We've also joined the shoulder, okay, so we've also folded the sleeve by 1 inch. All right, now we are going to hold the slit opening all the way around in order for us to take the circumference of the neck width. So place your tape, take your time to measure this part. So after measuring on fold, I got 7.75, okay, 7.75. So now I'll place that aside. So this is the fabric we are using for the rope. So place the fabric on fold and mark 7.75, just exact measurement that we measured for the neckline. So 7.75 for the up and for the down. Then we are going to notch it. So after notching it, we are going to notch the other down part as well. This will serve as a guide for us to use for the sewing. Now open it up, place it notch point to notch point as shown, and then arrange your fabric very well. So the two notched points will be open. We are not going to sew it. We are going to sew from this other notch point all the way down, and then from this other notched point again, we are going to sew it all the way round. After which we are going to open it up from that point. So this is it. We are done sewing it. This is how it is looking. So the two notched points, see the opening at that point, okay? So now we are going to place it aside. We are going to bring our fabric in order for us to get the midpoint to sew with the rope that we are going to use, okay? So arrange it very well. Now it is time for me to pin. So I'm going to pin the opening of that part. So that's the center part. You can decide to pin center to center from the opening, okay? Or you are going to pin from the side, from the back side of the neckline. So since the opening is neat, we sewed it all around. So we are going to place the neckline inside of the opening by 1/2 inch, and then we are going to use our pin to secure it all the way round. So I'm taking my time to pin it. After pinning it, I'm going to bring it and show you. So I'm done pinning. This is how it is looking like. So we are going to head over to our sewing machine to sew the neckline round. So it is time for us to sew, okay? So you are going to arrange your fabric very well. Make sure you use a matching thread for the outfit. So take your time, place the neckline in between, and then start your sewing. Take your time to arrange it very well to sew it all the way around. So if you've enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our beautiful tutorials. So after sewing the neckline, this is what we have, okay? The rope is by the side, everything is looking beautiful. So it is time for us to couple the gown. So we are going to hold the two sleeves together and then arrange our fabric very well. We are going to sew from the sleeve circumference all the way down, and then we are going to do the same for this other sleeve. We'll sew it all the way down. We are going to fold the downside. We'll bring it and show you. So after coupling the gown, this is what we have. We've sewn every part, the neckline, the sides. We've also folded it down. Our model will wear it. See the final result on my client. It is just so perfect. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something valuable today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe for more professional sewing tutorials every week. I'll see you in the next video. Happy sewing. I am Lois. Addah.